Walk into any Apple store in the world, and what do you see? People aren't just looking at phones. They're touching them, holding them, and looking at them with a sense of wonder. The architecture is pristine, the lighting is perfect, and the staff isn't there to push a sale. They are there to guide an experience. But here's the secret that most people don't realize: the billion-dollar illusion hiding in plain sight. Apple doesn't sell phones. If they were just selling hardware, they'd be just another tech company fighting a price war. They would be arguing over who has the most megapixels, the biggest battery, or the fastest processor. But Apple rarely plays that game. Yet, they are the most valuable brand on the planet. They have a loyalty that borders on the religious. People don't just use Apple. They identify with it. They defend it. They wait in line for hours in the freezing cold just to be the first to hold a piece of glass and metal. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most brilliant marketing strategies in history. We're going to explore why you're willing to pay a premium for a device that, on paper, might not be that different from its competitors. We're going to discover what Apple is really selling you, and I promise, it's not what you think. To understand Apple, you have to understand human psychology. At its core, Apple sells experience and emotion. Think about a typical tech advertisement from a competitor. It usually features a booming voice listing off specifications. Now, with 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 120 Hz refresh rate, a Snapdragon processor. It targets the logical part of your brain. It treats you like a calculator. Now, think about an Apple commercial. What do you see? You see a grandmother seeing her newborn grandchild for the first time via FaceTime. You see a young musician creating a masterpiece in their bedroom. You see someone running in the rain, tracking their heartbeat, pushing their limits. Apple doesn't talk about the camera's aperture. They show you the beautiful cinematic movie you can shoot of your child's birthday. They don't sell the processor. They sell the feeling of limitless creativity. They sell the joy of connection. They sell the excitement of creating something beautiful with a single touch. They sell the feeling of being cool, innovative, and ahead of the curve. They bypass the logical brain entirely and aim straight for the heart. This emotional connection is why people don't just buy an iPhone. They love their iPhone. It's a relationship built on how the product enhances their lives, not just what's inside the box. When you buy an Apple product, you are buying a better version of yourself. You are buying the idea that you are creative, that you are connected, that you are part of the modern world. That emotional resonance is priceless, and it's the foundation of their entire empire. But emotion alone isn't enough to sustain a multi-trillion-dollar company. Apple backs up that emotion with a masterclass in strategic design. One of Apple's most powerful tools, perhaps their most powerful, is their ecosystem. This is the invisible web that connects all their devices and services. It's designed to be so convenient, so frictionless, and so deeply integrated that leaving it becomes almost unthinkable. When you buy one Apple product, you're not just buying a device. You're buying a ticket into a walled garden. And it's a very beautiful garden. You take a photo on your iPhone, and it's instantly on your iPad. You copy a piece of text on your Mac, and you can paste it on your phone. Your Apple Watch unlocks your computer before you even touch the keyboard. You start a message on one device and finish it on another without missing a beat. This isn't just convenience. It's a strategic lock-in that creates immense value. Apple sells the peace of mind that comes with knowing everything is synced and secure. They sell the time saved by not having to worry about compatibility issues, driver updates, or software conflicts. Once you're deeply embedded in the ecosystem, with your photos in iCloud, your music in Apple Music, and your group chats in iMessage, the cost of switching to a competitor isn't just the price of a new phone. The cost is the disruption of your entire digital lifestyle. You aren't just leaving a brand. You're leaving your digital home. Beyond the ecosystem, we have to talk about human nature. Let's be honest, Apple also sells status and aspiration. For decades, owning an Apple product has been a social signal. It tells the world that you value design, that you appreciate quality, and perhaps that you have a certain level of disposable income. They've successfully positioned themselves as a luxury brand in a mass-market world. Think about the unboxing experience. The heavy, high-quality cardboard, the slow, satisfying slide of the lid coming off, the way the device is presented like a jewel. That is not how you package a utility. That is how you package a luxury item. When you pull out an iPhone at a dinner table or open a MacBook in a coffee shop, you're not just showing a tool. You're projecting an image. It's an identity that they've carefully cultivated since the very beginning. This brings us to a crucial concept popularized by author Simon Sinek. Start with why. Most companies know what they do. Some know how they do it, but very few know why they do it. Apple doesn't start with what they do, making computers and phones. They start with why they do it. Their core message has always been, everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. How do they do it? By making products that are beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. What do? They happen to make great computers and phones. Their products are simply the physical manifestation of that core belief. People don't buy what Apple makes. They buy why Apple makes it. They buy into the idea of rebellion, of innovation, of challenging the norm. This deep philosophical connection is far more powerful than any feature list. It turns customers into evangelists. This philosophy of thinking differently extends directly into how the products actually function. Apple's commitment to simplicity and design is the final, unspoken promise of what they truly sell. In a world that is increasingly chaotic, noisy, and complex, Apple sells a sanctuary of simplicity. Their products are renowned for their intuitive interfaces and elegant aesthetics. But this isn't just about looking good. It's about reducing cognitive load. It's about making technology accessible to a toddler and a grandparent alike. It's about creating a sense of calm. They sell the promise of technology that just works. No complicated manuals, no confusing buttons, no endless menus of settings you don't understand. Just a seamless, fluid experience. This promise of effortless functionality is a huge draw for millions. It offers a sense of control over our digital lives. When your computer crashes or your phone freezes, you feel frustrated and powerless. Apple sells the absence of that frustration. Simplicity, in the modern age, is a high-value commodity, and Apple is the world's leading supplier. Furthermore, Apple sells a sense of community and belonging. The passionate loyalty of Apple users is legendary. From online forums to the bustling atmosphere of an Apple store, there's a strong sense of camaraderie among those who choose the brand. This community isn't an accident. It's fostered by Apple through its retail spaces, its consistent messaging, and the shared language of its ecosystem, like the exclusive blue bubbles of iMessage. When you buy an Apple product, you're not just a consumer, you're part of a tribe. So, let's bring it all together. What does Apple really sell? As we've seen, it's not just glass, silicon, and code. It's a carefully constructed tapestry of human desires. They sell experience and emotion, creating a deep, personal connection that transcends utility. They sell an ecosystem, ensuring convenience and guaranteeing long-term loyalty. They sell status and aspiration, allowing users to signal their taste and success to the world. They sell an identity, connecting with the user's sense of self and their desire to think differently. And they sell simplicity, reducing stress and providing a sense of control in a complex digital landscape. Apple has built an empire not on selling hardware, but on selling these powerful, intangible assets. They understand a fundamental truth about human nature. In today's world, people don't just buy products to solve problems. They buy stories. They buy values. They buy a vision for themselves. Apple doesn't sell you a phone. They sell you the feeling of being connected, creative, and in control. They sell you a piece of the future, wrapped in beautiful packaging. And that, my friends, is the true genius of Apple's marketing. Next time you pick up your iPhone, look past the screen. Look past the apps. Ask yourself, what did you really buy?